In this video today, we're going to show you how we helped the Ironman Rodtang make weight for his fight against Takeru in Japan. So One Championship reached out to us at the start of January to help Rodtang make weight. Rodtang's notoriously missed weight on a number of occasions in the last 18 months.
Misses weight. Rodtang has until 8 p.m. to pass both weight and hydration.
And he lost his title on the scale back in November. So it was very important for us to get a plan dialed in to make sure that wouldn't happen again. One of the first things we did was go to his gym to establish a relationship with him, because we're going to be working with him for a number of weeks, so that was very important to me. And also we wanted to check out his body composition, aka his body fat. So we used the ultrasound device to assess his body composition, so we know roughly where he's starting at weight wise and body fat at the start of fight camp. As you can see, he was a little bit out of shape when we started camp. He was around 72 kilos, so he had around 10.8 kilos to lose over an 8-week period. Because Rodtang had a nutritionist before, ever, we thought it was going to be really important for him to follow a meal plan where it required as little energy for him as possible in terms of thinking space and cooking. So we decided to use a meal prep company in Bangkok called Pure Prep Meals. So they cooked his meals every single day, delivered them every single day, so it was just one less thing for us to worry about and Rodtang to think about during fight camp, and he can just focus on training. So an important thing for me, as I mentioned before, was to build a good relationship with him. So I tried to go down to the gym every week, and as you can see, he started losing weight, he's looking in good shape, and we're building a really good relationship with him. I've been with him all week, watching him. Okay. So this was really important for me throughout fight camp, to just keep on top of him and build that rapport with him. So over the course of the fight camp, he lost around 7 kilo. So he started fight week at 65 kilo. We all flew out to Japan 1 week before, so on the 16th of March, and the fight was a week later on the 23rd of March. So we started fight week at a really good place. One of the challenges when you are competing overseas is finding the right foods, especially on fight week, because we're using different strategies than what we normally use during fight camp. Luckily, Japan has got such a good selection of food. Rodtang loves sashimi, sushi, tuna, eggs. So we found a really good supermarket close by to the hotel where we could pick his food fresh daily and give to him, and he just eats in his room. So it was really simple. So speaking to Rodtang on fight week, he mentioned for his last fight where he got his title stripped on the scale, he didn't eat for the whole week. So giving him this food, he was so surprised that he could eat this amount of food on fight week and still lose weight. He mentioned that he was a big fan of Coke Zero, so every day I surprised him with a Coke Zero, and the first time I gave him it, he was shocked that he could have it. But it's just them little tweaks and, you know, keeping him happy throughout fight week, and you could see the vibe around him on fight week. He was in a good mood, energy was good, he was happy. We were also playing FIFA on fight week, so it was like a really good week. Speaking to one staff, Rodtang was notoriously miserable on previous fight weeks. Probably expected, because he was far off his fight weight and missing weight obviously in his last fight. So to see the difference in mood of him was like really good to see. And we had a running thing where we play FIFA every night before he went to bed. A couple of times I won, a couple of times he won, but it was like a really good, enjoyable fight week for him. We woke up the day weighing, he only had a few 100 grams to go. We just had to make sure his hydration was on point, so he just kept on drinking water, and he made weight with an hour and a half to go until the weigh-ins. So yeah, really successful fight week. He made weight that easy. We actually had a game of FIFA before the weigh-ins, which was crazy to see, and people were shocked when they heard it, that they thought Rodtang would really struggle to make the weight, and he made it super easy. An interesting thing was the refuel. So at the start of fight week, Rodtang was really excited and he wanted to show me his suitcase, and he opened his suitcase up and there was probably about 50 packets of spicy noodles and Thai sweet treats, etc., which was actually really funny, and he was mentioning that this is what he's going to eat after refuel. So once he weighed in, it was one of them occasions where the refuel wasn't really your typical refuel, shall we say. He wanted his noodles. I thought, well, he's still getting his carbohydrates back in him. If he's used to eating the noodles, then he can do it. So he was happy. He probably had about 15 packets of mama noodles in that period, but he was in good spirits, and that was a time where sometimes the scientific rationale for the refuel sometimes goes out the window and you just gotta listen to the fighter's personal preference, but he felt good and that's all that mattered. Even though it wasn't your typical refueling strategy that I'd give to the majority of my fighters, he still managed to knock out Takeru in less than 90 seconds. Got a bonus, so it was one of the perfect fight camps that I've had with a client where, you know, a lot of pressure for him to make the weight, a lot of pressure on me, people were doubting that he was going to do it, and it couldn't have gone any easier. Like, it was the dream scenario, and we'll look forward to working with him again for future camps, and we've got a really good relationship now. And you know, it was nice to see after the weigh-ins we'd eaten together, eating some Thai food, then after the fight we were playing FIFA until 4:30 in the morning. So from like a practitioner point of view, it was such a good experience for me, and I think he enjoyed it too, so many more fights to come.